Okay, we are back. I'm going to have to edit out some of the faffing around, but the general consensus here is the dog had to go out again. At least she lets me know. She lets me know when she wants to go out, so that's something. At least she doesn't go over the floor, so she's a good dog. And yeah, Felix and Jenna's parents are gone, and Isaac's dad's gone, and it's... Yeah, if only we weren't standing on the bridge having a conversation. This could have been prevented. Anyway, let's run away. If you talk to the guy on the floor, he would get up and then he'll fall back down and you have to go back to the plaza to try and get help. Yeah. And only the two of us survived. And here is some mysterious characters. We'll be seeing a lot more of these two in the game. How could we have anticipated the Soul Sanctum would unleash such fury? It was a miracle that two of us even were spared. You learn a lot more about these two in the sequel. A hell of a lot more. Makes you question things. Oh, say no more. I mean, who's the baddie in this game? Is it these two? Or are they really just good guys? That's not for me to say. I know the answer, but that's not for me to say. Spoilers. In the second game, incidentally, it does take place directly after the events of the first game. In fact, you start the second game before the final battle is even... Well, the final battle is happening in this game. But you're starting as other characters that's in this game, but in the second game. That's complicated to explain. But anyway, you're not Isaac or Garrett or Maya or Ivan. You'll see. Anyway, this is a battle we can't win, so just attack Mystery Man. We're dead. We're defeated. Terrific. First time playing that, I thought I did something wrong, honestly. Turns out I wasn't. And we're back to the title screen. Golden Sun! My favourite game. 3 years later. Oh, this music. I love it. Listen to it for hours, and this is a hell of a long cutscene I just had. This cutscene may take a couple of videos to get through. Oh, and there's longer ones than this in the game. Honestly though, I do like the cutscenes. I don't mind them being long because I find them entertaining. What DVD have I knocked out there? What's that? Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Terrific. Back in you go. And here we are with a more grown up Jenna. Here's a more grown up Garrett. There's a log that's turned up from somewhere. And if you can see, there is a rectangle thing going around that log. You'll see that throughout the game around logs, and that indicates where they can actually be pushed or pulled. They can only be pushed or pulled within that rectangle shape. I'll try and get through these cutscenes as quick as I can so we can get to some gameplay. Oh, to think this is about almost 12 years old. 2002. You know, when this first came out, I honestly did not want this game. I never even bothered reading the review of it. I didn't really read any previews of it. I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it's a good looking game, RPG, but yeah, not interested. Then I got bored one afternoon. I was just flicking through the old Nintendo official magazine, Nom. And I saw the review and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll read the review. Yes, she's mad at you, Garrett. Women, eh? Haha. Cheap shots. Shots fired. There we go. But I was reading the review. By the end of it, I had that feeling in my gut It's a feeling I get when I get very excited about a game and I really want to play it. 2 days later, I was in the shops and I purchased it. And what can I say? That review just completely sold me on this game. I'm so glad it did. It's gone on to be my favourite game of all time with its sequel, Golden Sun: The Lost Stage. They are just absolutely phenomenal games. These really are. They've stood the test of time, and I've played them countless times, from start to finish, all the way through, time and time again. And to have a digital copy of it, as well as my Game Boy Advance copies, it just pleases me. I really hope The Lost Stage gets put on the Wii U Virtual Console as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. And if there's a connectivity thing between the two, because in The Lost Stage you can put an extremely long, ridiculous code, which is about 6 pages long. And all the Djinns that you collect in this game get transferred over into the next game. You don't get them all straight away. It's when you come across these characters again, then you get all their Djinns. And if you have all the Djinns in this game and all the Djinns in The Lost Stage, then you could go to a temple in the game, and all the Djinns you collect go into special thingies, and you open up the hardest boss in the games, in just both games. And let me tell you, this boss has thousands and thousands of HP. I mean, a lot of bosses have thousands of HP in this game, but this one, it goes beyond ridiculous. It is such a hard boss. And that's your reward for getting all the Djinns. It's like, oh, thank you very much. Oh, the boss on Crossbone Island in The Lost Stage, that's hell of a boss, that one, with its orbs. Your blast orbs and the... God blimey. The bosses in this game, they're not really all that difficult. There's Dead Bones, I think it's called. That's an optional boss, you don't actually have to do it, and you don't really get a decent item for actually beating him, because the weapon you get is cursed. And you really don't want to have a cursed item. But I will go and beat him because, you know, completionist in me. I like beating him. You have to go through quite a few puzzle rooms to get to him. And there's a Djinn on the way, so you might as well. While we're on the subject of this, it's probably gone to a second video by now. Okay. Never mind, don't worry about the cuts and the cutscenes. It's going to happen throughout the game because they're just so bloody long. I do have Golden Sun Dark Dawn on the Nintendo DS. God, I was so happy when I saw that was announced. And I got it, I played through it. Excuse me. I like Golden Sun Dark Dawn, let's not get me wrong here. It's just not nearly as good as these first two games. It just doesn't have the charm. The charm is just not there. And let's watch this bit first. She's going to get pissed. And there! She's fallen off the roof! And Garrett destroys the... yeah. Peekaboo! Oh dear. Just wait till you see what Garrett's done. But I do have Dark Dawn and I do enjoy it, but I don't think the new graphical upgrade to the DS helped it for me. It didn't look as colourful as this, or as almost anime-like as this. I don't know, it just lost some of its charm, because a lot of the charm was in how it looked as well. And I just didn't find the towns all that interesting as the ones in this, and I haven't actually played through it for a second time. But one of these days I might, and I am looking and waiting for a sequel. I want a sequel to it because it left needing one. So hopefully E3 this year. Sequel, please, Nintendo. We need another Golden Sun game. Please. It's a good franchise. Get Camelot on it. And we're essentially at the end of this cutscene now, thank God. And yep, Garrett and Jenna has joined our party. Our party, if you will. Right, we can now go explore